Hey, Vipul.
Hi, Susie, how are you? Hello, Mr. Dwayne.
Good
Good morning.
morning. Is it just you and Dwayne?
Yeah, it's just three of us.
Okay, Vipul, I need to ask you two important things.
Sure, please.
Um, Miss Tracy's having trouble. She could figure it out, but could I drop the tablets at your house and you add the tracking device?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Yeah.
Okay, and then after class, I have a question for you. My boss is going to let us get, in addition, 10 Chromebooks.
Uh-huh.
If we had them mailed to your house, do you know how to download the software from UIC onto the Chromebooks?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you could do the same procedures. You could load the Vendemo on there, Google Classroom, everything, Khan Academy, so that when we would distribute to the students, you'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, no problem.
Okay, we appreciate you. So, Mr. Mr. Vipul, I'm going to pick up the tablets from Tracy at like 1 o'clock. Could
Okay.
I, are you going to be at your house? Could I just drop them off to you in a bag?
Yeah, I'm always at my house, so no worries on that.
Okay. Yeah, stay at home. So do you mind just texting me your address?
Yeah, I'll text you my address.
Okay. So if I get them for her place at like 1, the traffic is not bad. Are you close to UIC?
Yeah, I'm close to. Have you heard about Little Italy?
What, sweetheart?
Little Italy, it's around
Yeah.
West Pillar. So I'm close to UIC, so it's not very far. It might be
Yeah.
10
So
to
I
15
should,
minutes long.
yeah. So if I get hers at like 1, I should be to your place about 1:30.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. Well, appreciate you, people. I'm gonna
Okay.
mute myself. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Hello, Mr. Dwayne. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So, how do you like the pun? Did you get this one? This meme, this joke? This is a silly one, but yeah, I found it funny.
Why was this Germany teacher late to class? Was it Rumbus?
Yeah. So it sounds like wrong bus. So you know.
Oh, okay.
I know it's a a quite bad joke, but I found it funny. So this was the only appropriate joke for the class, so I took it.
Oh, okay. But it's funny. I was wondering if I was saying that right. Wrong bus.
Okay, so let's move this one, and we'll wait for what 6 more minutes for everyone to join. And in that 6 minute, I saw your worksheets and I returned your work as well. I told you it was perfect. I found some yeah, simple mistake. I say sometimes we solve it in a hurry and we get answers wrong. Like in the second question, instead of 2/3, you wrote 1/3. So I understand that it might be because of your. Sometimes we are in a hurry. We see a easy question and we are like, okay, I know this one. This is very easy, and we go wrong.
Yeah, that's the one that we did in class, and then I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. But I thought I memorized it, so I just went and marked it down right away.
No, it's okay. It's fine. So it happens sometimes. But yeah, the key is to give respect to every question. Every question comes with some respect, and we should give it, right?
Yeah.
So till someone else join, which I hope they do. So you have any troubles or doubts? Are you good with equations now, or are you still practicing? You want me to take one question or two?
I'm still practicing on my word problems and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So,
I know you just said the worksheet. I think it was Sunday night or Saturday.
Uh,
You put the percentages uh into fractions or whatever.
okay. Hello, Mr. Raymond.
Good morning.
Good morning. So
And
that's good, Mr.
me,
Dwayne, that you worked on that. But it was just a practice exercise, so
yeah, I was looking over there and I was looking at the answers. I'm like, okay, I can't figure out how you did it, but it's when you turn the percentages into fractions.
hmm. So yeah. So Mr. Raymond, I hope you saw the lectures for converting percentages into fraction. But this is something which which many people get confused into. So whenever you can you both see the P that I just wrote? If not, you can write in the chat, or if not, you can just turn on your mic and let me know.
Yeah, I can see
So
it.
yeah, so if you get a percentage and you want to convert into a fraction, and one other important thing that Mr. Raymond did not see. Mr. Raymond, can you see the joke, the pun, the meme? You can unmute your mic because I want to hear you, laughing on this one. Mr. Raymond, can you see me? Can you?
Can you hear
Okay.
me yet?
Yeah, I
Oh,
can hear you now. Yeah, so you you
all
got the
right.
joke.
Why was the geometry teacher late to class? She take the rumbles. Okay, what's the rumbles?
So it sounds like wrong bus, right?
Yeah, the
So because
wrong
of
bus.
this
Okay.
joke, I don't know what's happening. Okay. So back to converting. You can mute your mic back. Yeah, cool. So whenever you get a percent and you have to convert into a fraction, suppose you get a percent like this one, 2.5%, and you convert into fractions. Many people get it wrong. They directly try to convert it into a fraction, but that is not how we should do it. So the best way to go around this, so let me tell you one of the foundations on how we do percentage into decimals. So if I have a percent like 52.5%, now how I convert it into decimal is I place two more digits, two more digits inside the decimal. So 52.5% is actually equal to giving two more digits inside the decimal. It is actually equal to 0.525. Now you both will find me for 3.5%. I'll do another one. So 3.5% is actually equal to point. So I have to take two digits inside the decimal, right? So 3 is just one digit. So what I do is I make another digit in front of. So 0, I can make 0, right? So now I have two digits. So I will place two digits inside the decimal, and 3.5% is actually 0.035. Now you both will tell me what is 0.5%. You can write in the chat box what is 0.5% in decimal. Okay, so I got some answer from Mr. Dwayne. Okay, I'm waiting for you, Mr. Raymond. Okay, so 0.005, Mr. Dwayne and Mr. Raymond both got it correct. So this is how we convert percentages into decimal, right? Now, how do we convert decimals into fraction? So the simplest way to convert a decimal, like if I have 3.5, how many digits are in the right of the decimal? So there's just one digit in the right of the decimal. So I place I write 35 as it is 35, and I place 10 in the denominator, because just use 10 because there is one digit in front of the decimal. Now if I get something like 5.25, so what I'll do is I write 5 to 5 as it is, and because there are two digits in the right of the decimal, I use two zeros in denominator, 100, and this is what a fraction. So suppose now you have a question like this one, convert it into fraction. You do not have to reduce it, it's fine if you don't reduce it, but can you tell me what is the fraction conversion of this one? Okay, I got answer from Mr. Dwayne. I'm waiting for you, Mr. Raymond. Mr. Raymond, can you type in the chat box? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You got knocked out.
Okay, that's fine. So the question is 0.35 converted into fraction. Okay. So yes, no, you converted a decimal back into a decimal. So what we are trying to do is, the question is 0.35. It is already in the decimal. So how we convert a decimal into fraction is, suppose I have a decimal 3.5 and I want to convert it into a fraction. So I see how many digits there are in the right of the decimal. So in the first question 3.5, I see that there is one digit in the right of the decimal. So I use 10. There is just 10 here, right? So when I get the question like 5.25 and I have to convert it into a fraction, so I see that there are two digits in the right of the decimal. So I use two zeros in the denominator. So now you have a question like 0.35 and you have to convert it into a fraction. So how you will do it?
I'm back on.
Mr. Lehman, probably your mic is on unmute, so can you mute it back? Thank you. Mr. Raymond, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so you got 0.0035. So, Mr. Raymond, what are you know what a fraction is, right? A fraction is something which have a numerator and a denominator. So we already have yes, Mr. Dwayne. You want to
No,
say something,
I
Mr.
would just
Dwayne?
put my initials in saying I was here at class today.
Okay, yeah. The good thing, I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but we just have two people, we just have three of us. So I think I'll remember you both. Don't worry about it. But that's a, thank you. Now coming back to our question, 0.35, we want to convert it into something which have a numerator and a denominator, something like a fraction. And how we convert a number into fraction, a decimal into fraction, is we write the decimal without the decimal. We write just the numbers without the decimal, like 35. Now what we do is we divide this 35 by, we write 1 here and we write number of zeros. Good morning, Miss Tracy. Now we write 1 and number of zeros in the right side of the decimal. So there are two digits in the right side of the decimal, right? So we write 2 zeros here. I hope you both understand this thing. Now let's take another example.
Yeah, I got it.
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, that's good. So Mr. Raymond, can you do this for me? Okay, don't bother with the zero. So Mr. Raymond, can you convert this into a fraction? 5.62 into a fraction, like how we converted 0.35. And can you write in the chat box? Okay, so Mr. Dwayne wrote this. Mr. Raymond, I hope you understand this one. If not, you can, just unmute your mic and tell me. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it 5 and 62 over 100?
Yeah, this is 562 over 100. You are correct. Absolutely correct. So, can you say that again for me?
Five and 62 over 100. No, 5 is a whole number.
Yeah, 562 over
100.
Yeah, that's correct. 562 over 100. That's how we convert. So now we know how to convert percentage into decimal and decimal into fraction. So always when you see to convert percentage into fraction, you will divide this into, first you convert percentage into a decimal and then convert a decimal into a fraction. So we have a percentage like this one, 2.5%. So now first we convert it into a decimal. So can you convert 2.5% into decimal for me? So you have to remember how to convert. So this might be confusing sometimes, but you have to remember that what 2.5% means. When you remember what it actually means, you will never forget the formula. So what 2.5% means is 2.5 out of 100. There is something 2.5 out of 100. It means if I'm talking about chocolates, I get 2.5 chocolates out of 100. So that is why a 2.5% is such a small number. And when I say 50%, 50 is a big number, but when I use percent, it means it is a very small number because it is divided by 100. So, Mr. Raymond, can you write the answer in chat box? 2.5% into... Mr. Dwayne, can you check your answer till then?
So what, was I wrong up there?
Yeah. Probably. You should, I suggest you should look into your answer once again. And Mr. Raymond, I am waiting. You can unmute your mic and tell me the answer if you are not comfortable on writing into the chat.
Okay, I see what I did. I added too many zeros.
Yeah, so that is what we discussed, right? Whenever we find an easy question, we jump onto it and try to do it in just some seconds. But sometimes we get it wrong. Okay, Mr. Raymond, yes, you got the answer correct. And Mr. Dwayne, I hope you saw what you did wrong. So the thing is, whenever we see, so whenever we see percentages, what we try to do is we try to take 2 digits into the decimal. Here we just have 1 digit, so we try to make it 2 digit like this. Now we know a percentage is a very small number, so we take 2 digits inside the decimal. So now how it will look is 0, 2, 5. This is a decimal. Now we have a decimal and we try to convert it into a fraction. So can you both write what is 0.025 into a fraction?
0.025. Will be 25 over 100. 25 over 100.
It's 20. You say it's 25 over 100, but I see 3 digits in front of the decimal.
25 over 100.
Yeah. No, over 100 or over 1000, because there are 3 digits. So you should not ignore this 0. So always
with
remember.
3 digits, add a 0.
Yeah.
Also, it's 1000. 25 over 1000.
Yeah. So always remember, if you find zeros here on this side of the number, then those zeros do not count. And if you find the zeros on this side of the number, those zeros also do not count. But if you find zero somewhere here or somewhere here or somewhere, in the middle of there, so these zeros do count. Okay. So now this 0 will count as a digit. So there are 3 digits.
Okay, gotcha.
So I will write 0 to 5. It's like 0 to 25. It's ultimately 25 divided by 1000. Now this is a normal number. So you can ignore the 0 now. You cannot ignore the 0 previously because it was in the right of the decimal. But if you want, you can ignore the 0 now. And the answer will be 25 over 1000. So the answer to our original question, 2.5% into fraction, is 25 over 1000. Okay. So you can practice questions like this one in the worksheet I uploaded on the Google Classroom. Probably I upload it on Friday or Thursday. So you can check out that and you can do the work there. Okay, now it's time to revise what we learned in the previous lecture of angles And let's see if you remember what we studied in the previous lecture. So can you tell me what this angle is? So this are so can you tell me what this angle is called? Or I want you to give me both the name of this angle and how many degrees does this angle have. So write in the chat box. So if you get it wrong, it's fine because I will make you revise it anyway. So don't worry.
I forgot, but I know it's 90 degrees.
Yeah.
I forgot what
Yeah,
it's
it's okay.
called.
So okay, so it's fine. So Mr. Dwayne, do you remember?
I want to say that the L angle, but I'm not sure.
Okay, it's okay. It looks like an L angle, but it's not what it is called in the mathematics. So that is the reason I strongly suggest you to always do your worksheets.
Yeah,
I uploaded.
I got to look at my paperwork. I
No, yeah,
think I wrote
it's
it down,
fine.
but I don't have my folder in front of me.
It's fine because
Yeah, I have
I
my notes
give.
too. I don't have my
No,
notes in front of me either, but I have my notes.
yeah, no, it's fine. If you do not look at the notes, it is fine as well. So okay, so I am going to write everything down again. So don't worry about it. So whenever you see an angle which is a perfect L, it is a 90-degree angle, and it is called a right angle. Okay. Now you both can write it down in your notes because this will be easy and short and you can remember this. Now this is a smaller angle than 90 degree, so we call this angle as a smaller angle than 90 degree. So this is just this is not equal sign, this is just symbolic of I am talking about this. So this is 90, and because this is very small, this is acute angle, right? So this is acute and this is acute angle. Okay.
Yeah, I got my
Now,
notes now.
okay, and I hope Mr. Raymond, you are writing this down too. So this is a fat angle, right?
Yes, I'm right. I'm right down.
Okay.
That's
So
a
this
abuse.
one,
That one's a
yeah,
abuse angle.
yeah. So this should be obese angle, but this is obtuse, obtuse angle. OBTUSE, obtuse angle. Okay. I hope you both wrote what we just talked about. Now, if you see a straight line like this one, and I say what is the angle of a straight line, then the angle of the straight line is always 180 degree.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's always it's a straight line. So you can remember this like this. That okay. Uh, I don't know how my maths teacher always can draw perfect circles. I am never able to draw perfect circles or even a straight line sometimes.
You're fine.
So you can imagine two L angles like this one attached with each other. So this is a straight line, right? On the bottom part can be a straight line. So this is 90 degree. We know a L angle or a right angle is 90 degree, right? So two 90-degree angles make 180-degree angle, right? So you can imagine it this way, or you can remember that a straight line is always 180-degree angle. So both works for me. Now, what are these lines called which never meet with each other, like railway tracks? This line, and
Straight
I'm
line.
not, yeah. So this line are parallel lines. And I'll be never,
Parallel lines.
Parallel.
yeah, and I'll never be sure about their spelling, but I hope this is the correct one. And now when two lines intersect, or cross each other in a perfect L shape or 90-degree shape, or make a right angle, so
It'd
they
be
are not,
perpendicular lines.
yeah, so they are known as perpendicular lines. Okay, so these are perpendicular lines. And now notice this thing, that a line makes 180-degree angle, right? So this angle is a 90-degree angle, right? Can you tell me what this angle is? Let's call this angle A. So can you both tell me what do you think angle A is equal to? Can you write in the chat box what you think angle A is equal to? Don't think too much. Just that a line is the angle of line is 180. You know this part. Just use this concept on what the angle A will be. Okay, so Mr. Raymond says it 90 and Mr. Dwayne says it's 270. Okay, so this angle will be 90-degree. Now, I know, Mr. Dwayne, what you thought, but remember what we learned in the class, that this complete angle is 270. So I was not talking about the complete angle. I was just talking about a simple part, which is A. So how we can deduce the angle A is, we know that this angle is 90, right? Now what about this one? This angle, this angle. So I know that this angle is 90. How? Because this both form a line, because this is 180 and now this is 90. It means it has to be 90 to make the angle 180, right? I hope you are clear why this is 90. Now notice this line. Notice this line. This line is a line, right? Because I say this is a line. Now, because this angle is 90 and the total angle of line is 180, it means that A has to be 90-degree in order to make the whole angle of the line to be 180, right? So this angle is 90-degree, and now for the same logic of this line is seeing this line, I have to make this 90-degree as well. So do you see how it works, how it is working?
Yeah, I see how you got it. I read.
Yeah,
I looked at it wrong.
Yeah, and now you know what is 270, right? You know that this is 272, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought I asked you for it.
Oh, that's okay. So now we are moving to today's lecture of different concepts of geometry. Okay. Now I'll start with the question on how we took this one. So this will be the most common question in your exams. This is the most common question. This is also one of the most interesting questions. So these are two straight lines. I have been given the angle A is a acute angle equal to 30 degree, and you do not have any other information, and you have to find the angle B. So take your time, think carefully, use the logic that a line has 180-degree angle. Use this logic and tell me what do you think angle B is equal to. Take your time, use your logic, and tell me what angle B is equal to. Okay, so I got the answer very fast from Mr. Dwayne and Mr. Raymond. You both are really fast. So you got 30 degree, which is absolutely correct. And this is a really important concept, and I am very happy that you both get it. So this is 30 degree, and which is right. So always remember that whenever you see two lines crossing like this, this angle will always be equal to this angle, and hence this angle in the red will always be equal to this angle in the red. So both the red angles will always be equal, and both the black angles will always be equal. Also, a black angle plus a red angle will be equal to 180 degree, because it makes a straight line, right? You can take any black angle and any red angle, and you know that you are making a line, so both of those will be equal to 180 degree. So I hope you both get this one right. Okay, so I don't know what Princess did. Okay, so I hope you both get this one. Now moving on to some more fun with angles. Now the most you will encounter angles will be in a triangle. So as the name goes, a triangle have three angles. So how we denote triangle is by its side. This point is A, this point is B, and this point is C. Now you should know the name of how we term this. So the points, or you can say this points A, the points like this are known as vertex. You should write this into your notebook. This is VERTEX, vertex. So let me write this in a better fashion. Okay, you can see this now, right? So these points are known as vertex. This sides, the whole side from B to C, is known as edge. Okay, and you are already familiar with our angles. What is an angle, right? So now we see that what are the properties. There are some interesting properties of angles in a triangle. So whenever you make a triangle, now before I go on with properties of angle in a triangle, there is a very interesting property that you should always know. You might have studied it earlier, but this is one of the important properties of a triangle, which is, let me tell you, which is useful even in PhD. So some PhD people forget this one, and there are blunders that I see in the field of mathematics. So always remember that any two sides, suppose I take any two sides AB and I take BC, so they will be always be greater than or equal to the other side, which is AC. So you can take any two sides, and when you, okay, so this is not equal to, they should not be equal to, there should not be a sign of equal to. I'm so sorry for this one. Okay, so whenever you take two sides of a triangle and add them together, they should always be equal to the third side. And in order to check it, you should always take the smaller two sides. So let me take an example for you, that if you get this one correct or not. Suppose I have this and I have this and I have this. Now, do you think it can be a triangle?
It looks like it, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit off.
Sorry?
Yes, it can be a triangle.
So can you please both write in the chat box if you think it can be a triangle, then you can write yes. If you think it cannot be a triangle, then you can write no. Okay. Yes. And what about Mr. Raymond? Do you think it can be a triangle? Yes, you both think it. Yes, it is actually a triangle. Now you can try this. This is an important concept. You can try this at your home. What you can do is you can take 4 matchsticks. You can take, I don't know why this turned out. Okay. So you can take 4 matchsticks. You can join 2 of them together and make a large matchstick consisting of 2 matchsticks. Now you have 2 matchsticks remaining. Try to make a triangle out of this. You will notice that this is 1 matchstick, this is 1 matchstick, and this side is a total of 2 matchsticks. You will notice that you will not be able to form a triangle ever. Okay, so this is an important concept of triangle. Now let's get back to another interesting property of a triangle, which is the angle. So always,
in order to form a triangle, they all have to have equal numbers in order to form a triangle. Then, right?
Yeah, not equal numbers, but in order to form a triangle, the sides can have equal numbers. Yes, that is correct. But any two sides, let's say the smaller two sides, always a triangle have 3 sides, right? So take any 2 smaller sides and then add them together. Now they should be larger than the third side. So whenever you satisfy this property, you can make a triangle. Okay?
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. So now let's talk about angles. So if I take whatever the value of angle A, if I take whatever the value of angle B, and if I take whatever the angle value of angle C, and if I add them together, the summation will always be equal to 180 degrees. So this is a property of a triangle, that whenever you see angle A plus angle B plus angle C, the summation is always equal to 180 degree. Okay, this is the property of the triangle. Now suppose I take an example for this. You should write this down. This is an important property. Now suppose I have a triangle like this, which is known as PQR. Let's say my triangle is known as PQR. I say this has three angles. Now I say that P is equal to 70 degree, Q is equal to 100 and no, not 110 degree, but let's say 100 degree. Oh, I'm so sorry. So Q is equal to 100 degrees. Now my angle R is unknown. So can you both help me in finding angle R? What do you think angle R is? You can write in the chat box. Okay, I got one answer from Mr. Dwayne. Mr. Dwayne says two answers, which it can be 70 or it can be 10, and Mr. Raymond says it can be 70. Okay, let's see how we applied. I don't know how you guys got 70. Okay, can any one of you can explain me why you think it can be 70?
The way the P is on an angle, so R is on an angle too, so that's why I thought it'd be 70.
Okay, and what about you, Mr. Raymond?
Yes, I would figure P and R would be equal. And
okay. So
P being the top. And O represents the bottom line. So the bottom line. P represents the first angle, the right angle, which on the left side. So you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get you. So what we do here is always remember that these angles, if you do not see the connection between the angles of line, because see, these are like three lines, right? So in the first part of our today's concept, we studied about two lines which were open, and we compared the other angle of these two lines, right? So here we have three lines intersecting with each other. We are comparing the angles inside of the figure. So always use this formula for finding the angle. So we have three angles. So what we know is the three angle will always be equal to 180 degree. What it means is P plus Q plus R will always be equal to 180 degree in this example, right? I know the value of P.
Okay, so the answer is 10.
Yeah, the answer is 10. So I know the value of P, the value of Q, and the value of R is unknown. So I'll solve this one. So this is 170 plus R equal to 180 degree. Now you both know what R is. So R is equal to 180 degree minus 170 degree, which is 10 degree.
So I was right on the first response.
Yeah, but you should always stick to your answer if you are confident about it. But it's okay. This was the first question. Now you know how to use this, right? If you are given two angles in a triangle, you can always find the third angle, right? So
yeah, it's just like doing the particular perpendicular lines. It's like doing the lines up above and just subtracting. So
yeah, it is something like that. Yeah.
that's why I was kind of iffy about it, but I get it now because you just subtract it from 170, so it'd be 10.
Yeah, that's how we do it. And so another interesting property of triangle is now okay. So again, this is a triangle PQR, but this triangle looks something different, right? Why? Because there is an L, right? There is a right angle. Can you spot the right angle? The P is a right angle, right? P is equal to 90 degree. So I can write this for you. That P is equal to 90 degree. So, and also this triangle, whenever you see a right angle inside a triangle, you call it as right triangle. Okay. Okay. Now, an interesting thing about right triangle. Can there be two right angles inside a triangle? Do you think that there can be two right angles inside a triangle? You can write in the chat box if you think, you can unmute your mic and say it, or you can write in the chat box. What do you guys think? That can there exist two right angles inside one triangle? Okay, Mr. Dwayne says no and Mr. Raymond says yes. So let me tell you. So suppose we have angle P plus Q plus R equal to 180 degree, right? Now I know that P is a 90 degree angle. Now if I say that there exist two right angles in a triangle, it means one of the Q or R is equal to 90 degree, right? So now if I have 290 degrees, which means I have already exhausted my 180 degree. So now the R has to be 0 degree. And whenever an angle is 0 degree, it means the book is closed. It cannot be open. So now we know Q and R both are open, right? They are not closed. So in a triangle, there cannot exist two right angles. Okay.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. Also, this applies to obtuse angle. If I have one obtuse angle in a triangle, what is obtuse angle, right? Suppose I have 100 degree. This is an obtuse angle. So if I have one obtuse angle which is 100 degree in a triangle, then I cannot have another obtuse angle, because if I have two obtuse angles which are already greater than 90, it means I will go above 180, and my third angle has to be negative, which is not possible, right? The angles never go negative. So this applies. So this is just you do not have to remember this information. This is just a normal intuition where like that if your answer is, if you already see a 90 degree in the question, and if your answer is above 90 degree, then you immediately know that your answer is wrong, because this cannot happen, right? Now if I say Q is equal to 30 degree, so now what will R be equal to? You already solved this one, so I am just solving it. So what is R? So this is 120 plus R is equal to 180. 180 subtracted with R, hence R will be 60 degree.
60, right? 60 degrees.
Yeah. So now some interesting properties about just one more term for today that you have to remember is this angles Q and R are looking at each other, right? This Q and R are looking at each other, so they are complementing each other. So this angle Q and R are known as complementary angles. I'll write this down. Complementary angles. Okay. Q and R. So angle Q and R are complementary angles. Angle Q and angle R are complementary angles. You should write this into your notebook, because sometimes people like just to say that find the complementary angles or what are the complementary angles. So you should know that angle Q and angle R are known as complementary angles. Okay. Now notice inside a right triangle, always you will find this, that this Q and this R will together be equal to the third angle, the right angle. This will always happen inside a right triangle and only in the right triangle. Okay. So what I mean to say is the summation, the sum of complementary angles is always equal to 90 degrees. Okay, and you can deduce this, right? This is easy to understand on why this is happening. Why? Because P was 90 degree and I have to find Q and R. P was already 90 degree. So if I subtract 90 degree from both the sides, so what I will get is Q plus R is equal to 90 degree, right? You understand this one, right? That why complementary angles is equal to 90 degree.
Okay, got you.
Okay. Now another thing inside a triangle. So triangles are an important part. Okay. So suppose this is a line, this is a continuation of a line. I write this as P, this is Q, this is R. Okay. Now if I tell you that P is equal to 60 degree, okay, and Q is equal to 60 degree, you obviously can find the R, right, which is 60 degree. Let me tell you, this everything is given in the question, right? Okay. Now can you tell me about this angle? Let's call this angle A. Okay. Can you tell me what is the value of angle A? You can apply any property. Can you tell me what is the value of angle A in the chat box? Okay, Mr. Dwayne says it. Okay, no one said anything right now. Mr. Dwayne, okay, I got answers from you both. So Mr. Raymond says it's 180 degree Okay, Mr. Neyman, you use the degree sign. I like it because I was not able to find degree signs on my laptop. So, okay, and Mr. Dwayne says it's 90 degree. Mr. Raymond says it's 180 degree. So, probably this is my fault and I, did not drew the figure correctly. Now, this angle is a 60-degree angle. Can you find me this angle irrespective of what others say? Just never forget the just look into the geometry as using the tools that you have. Now you know that the angle of a straight line is 180 degree. I know one of the angles, how I will get the other angle. Can you see the problem? Can you now write what is angle A?
Oh, so the answer would be 160.
Yeah, it is
120,
120.
I mean.
Yeah.
120.
Yeah, correct, Mr. Raymond. So this is 180 subtracted with 60 degree. So you will get 120 degree. Okay. So so do not get confused by the other angles. Always, you will have lots of properties to use from. You should always think of how can I get the angle. Do not worry about using the property. Just focus on what I already know and how I can get an angle from this thing. Okay. This was our question.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah, we are supposed to find this angle. We were already given three angles inside. Now let's see if you really understood it or not. So this is 30 degree. This is 70 degree. Let me name them. This is A. This is point B. This is point C. This is point D. You have to find me the angle DBA. Also, you have to find me the angle ACB. Can you do it? Can you find both the angles? First find the angle DBA, then find the angle ACB.
Is DBA 120?
Okay, so Mr. Raymond says that DBA, right? Angle DB, what do you think it is? Okay, Mr. Dwayne Rod, DBA equal to 80. Okay, DBA, okay. 80, I don't know how. Okay. Okay, and Mr. Dwayne and Mr. Raymond, please also find the angle ACB. ABC. Okay, Mr. Dwayne, you wrote ABC. I think you were writing ACB, right? Because ABC is already 30. So ACB, Mr. Dwayne says is 80. Mr. Raymond, what do you think? Are you still solving? Okay, Mr. Dwayne dot ACB. Okay. Mr. Raymond, can you hear me? Mr. Raymond, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Miss Barbara had called me. She had
Sure,
another
sure.
line.
All right.
But what I say is 78, 90, 110, 78, 90.
So you think angle DBA is equal to
One DBA is 110, isn't it?
110?
Yes. And A
And what about angle ACB?
ACB, that's 70. That's 90. 90.
Can you solve it again for me?
ACB 70. That would be 90. I mean, yeah,
So
90 degrees, isn't it?
okay, okay,
No,
okay.
it's less than 90.
Yeah. So
It's less than
let's
90.
try to see this. Okay. So first we'll
Okay.
try to. You can mute your mic. Let's see. Let's try to see angle DBA. Right. So angle DBA is this angle. Okay. So how I will see now I'll see how I'll solve this. Is this angle inside a triangle? Because now I know two properties. One is that the angle of a line is equal to 180 degree, and inside the summation of all the angles inside a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So this angle DBA is not inside a triangle, right? But it is part of a line. Which line? The line DC, or you can say line BC, or the part of the line DC. So now I know that the DC is equal to 180 degree. So I can see two angles forming the line in the DC at the point B, right? So I can say angle A, or angle actually, as you are talking, angle DBA plus angle ABC is equal to 180 degree. So this angle and this angle, this both of these angles form 180 degree, right? Am I correct? Angle DBA plus angle ABC is equal to 180 degree.
Correct.
Now angle, I do not know what is angle DBA, right? So I'll write it as angle DBA. But I know what is angle ABC. It is 30 degree. Is equal to 180 degree. Now do you both see what is angle DBA? So angle DBA is equal to 180 degree minus 30 degree, which is equal to 150 degree. Okay. So the real answer is 150 degree. If you do not understand how we got this, you can unmute your mic and let me know what you did wrong. I can understand that you thought it is something a part of a triangle. There was an angle 70 degree. You tried making use of it. I can understand that, but as the angle DBA is part of the line DC, so you should only consider angle B, and also do not consider angle C because it is far away. So we consider, so whenever we find a line, we consider just this, okay, the angle of this part. So I know this is 180 degree, okay, and a line is infinite. As you know, line is infinite. I can take any other point like C. I can draw this again, and I can call this is also equal to 180 degree. So do not bother about C, just worry about angle B and subtract it from 180 degree and you will get your answer, which is 150 degree. I hope you both get this on how we got 150 degree, and I hope you both wrote this in your notebook.
So you're saying that dBA equals to 180, so you're basically taking away D from B to give us the answer as 150.
Yeah, yeah, perfect. Yes, that's how we do it, because we know the line is 180 degree, right? There is a line BC.
Yeah.
So we subtract angle B from that, because we know that is vol is equal to 180 degree. We subtract angle B and we got the angle, the other angle, the angle dBA, which is 150.
Okay, so when we do ACB, we were basically subtracting 70 from 180, so that gives you 110.
No. Now when we have to find angle C, now let's find the angle C. Now understand that this both angles do not lie on the same point. Are they? Do they lie on the same point?
Yeah.
No.
No.
They lie on the same line, yes, but they do not lie on the same point. The point is very far away from each other, right?
Okay, I see it. So my answer would be 80 degrees.
So so now we use the property of triangle, because we know that the summation of all the angles inside a triangle is equal to 180 degree. So I'll use the property that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. Now I know the angle A and angle B, which is 70 plus 30 plus angle C is equal to 180. So now you will use the property of triangle and angle C will be equal to 80 degrees.
Okay, I see how you got it now.
Okay? Mr. Raymond, did you understand what we did for both the angles?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, perfect. So one more question for today's class. Okay, this is angle A, this is angle B. So this is a really good question. This will challenge you in many ways. Yeah, I hope you will be able to do this. Just don't jump to the question. Think about it. What property I will use on what angle. Okay. Just do it slowly and with patience, calmly. You have angle C and D. You have to find me angle A and angle B. I am not saying that you have to find angle A first or angle B next. You have to eventually find me both of this angle. You can find any angle first and any angle next. Just give me the answer for angle A and angle B. Take your time. Okay, I got. Mr. Dwayne says B is equal to 85 and A is equal to 95. I have no idea if this is correct. I will see. Okay, Mr. Raymond says A is equal to 110 degrees. Oh, Mr. Dwayne, till the time Mr. Raymond solve this, can you look at how the angles C and D is related to angle A? How the angles C and D are related to angle A? And Mr. Raymond, I am still waiting for the answer for angle B. You can take your time.
I got cut off. At
Sorry?
B45, I got cut off.
Oh, sure. So, what do you think angle B is?
45
45.
degrees.
Okay. So, Mr. Raymond, can you show me how you got angle A? Can you guide me what you did to get angle A first?
You get angle A, I started at 180, and I realized C was 70 degrees. So I went from 70 to 90 degrees. I started at the 180 on the A side.
Okay. And then?
And I know that 90 degrees is straight up, and then 70, C is 70 degrees, so 70 is 30 degrees off of 90, 20 degrees off of 90. So I added the 90 and the 20.
Okay, but sorry to interrupt, but how you got 70 degrees? What is 70 degrees?
70? I say 45 degrees. Oh, 70, C was 75, wasn't it?
Yes, C is
70 degrees.
50 degrees, right? I got C as 50 degrees.
C was 70, right?
No, C is 50. I write 50.
50. Oh, 50. Okay,
yes.
Okay.
Plus, also, C is not on the same line as angle A, right? So you cannot actually include C, right?
Okay, right. So that would be about 110.
Okay. Also,
the whole thing would be 180, right?
Yeah, the whole thing inside the triangle is 180. Yeah.
Right. I had it in there.
Yeah. So let me solve this.
Okay.
So how we go on is we have to find angle A and angle B, right? Now when I see angle A, what I see that there is this angle B and there is this angle A. Now in order to find angle A, I need the value of angle B. which I do not know. Value of angle B is still unknown. So I try to find value of angle B first. I know that angle C is equal to 50 degree, angle D is 45. So I have two angles out of three, and now I know that I can find the third angle because I know that summation of the three angles of triangle is equal to 180 degree, right? Now this 180 degree, A plus B plus C
I'll
equal to
follow
180
that.
degree. Yeah. Sorry, not A. I'm so sorry. So the angle of triangles are B, C, and D, right?
Right.
So B plus B plus C is equal to 180 degree. I know angle D is 45, C is 50. So 45 plus
That's
B
95.
plus
So
C
it would
is
be
50.
85.
So this is, so B is equal to 85.
85, right. 85 degrees, okay.
Now I can go back to my problem of angle A and angle B. Now I know that angle B is equal to 85,
So I subtract
and I
180
have to
from
find
that.
angle A. Yeah, I subtract it from 180. So A
Right.
is equal to 180 minus 85, which is,
So 95. 95.
so angle A is 95. Perfect.
Right.
So I'll give questions
So
like this in the worksheet soon. Yes, Mr. Raymond,
okay.
you were saying?
No, I see. I got it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, I got it
So,
now.
two more thing actually before you go. I'll give the
Okay.
worksheets, and I strongly encourage you both to solve the worksheet as much as you can, because worksheets are important. It helps you revise the things you studied in class. Okay. So whenever you find a L shape or a right angle inside a triangle, that triangle is known as right triangle. Okay, and I'm not writing the spelling of triangle again and again, so the T here means triangle. And I made the perfect T, didn't I? So I like it. Now if a
Yes.
triangle yeah, so if a triangle have two of its sides equal to each other, if a triangle have two of its sides equal, any two sides equal, that triangle is known as, let me find the spelling correct, because I don't want to give you the wrong spellings. uh, okay, isosceles. Mhm. Okay. This is isosceles triangle. Okay, and if suppose all the sides of a triangle are equal, all the sides of the triangle are equal, then the triangle is known as equilateral triangle. Okay, you should write this into your notebook. And the third and the most common category of triangle is a normal triangle. Just when the sides, any side is not equal, this is known as scalene triangle. Okay, I'll write this spelling correctly. Skeleton. So you should write all these 4 types of triangle into your notebook. These are the types of triangle. So that's it for today. We'll come back again. I'll start from this same point, isosceles, equilateral triangle, and skeleton triangle. We'll talk more about the properties of this, and then we'll move on to some more property of right triangle. We'll complete the triangle by tomorrow, and then we'll move to perimeter and area and other part of things. Okay?
Okay, that's good.
Sorry?
Said okay.
Okay, perfect. And I hope you both enjoyed today's lecture. And that's it for me. We'll come with another joke tomorrow. And you all can submit your joke too. So that's it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, have a good day and please enjoy. Take care of yourself. Maintain social distancing and have a good day. And if you have any doubt, you can post it on Google Classroom. I'll be there. Miss Fantasia will be there. We'll all be there to help you. And if I have any problem, I will call you on. Bye bye.
Okay, good. Bye bye. Have a great.
Hey, you have a good day. Be safe.
Bye bye. Same.